Thank you, everybody, for coming here. Hi, people online as well. We are going to talk about B2B marketing and how we can face this era about generative AI and how keep visible in search as well. But first of all, let's remind how it's been the evolution of B2B marketing for us. When we want to sell a product, let's say in this case, we want to sell like a portable ultrasound machine, just to make it a bit complicated. We want to sell a big machine to a hospital. Back in the days, we used to only target one specialist, the one that will put the hands on, right? In this case, we said, okay, we are going to target the radiologists from specific hospitals with more than 100 beds. And that made the target audience very niche. And we used direct emails, we used as well LinkedIn, etc. But then we understood that actually, yes, we need to target that professional, but we need to target as well everybody that is going to make the decisions there. We said procurement is going to make a final decision on the part of the investment. The CFO of the hospital, maybe the head of radiology will have to say something there. Or actually, the Department of Oncology as well needs to know about the products or about the machine that the hospital needs to buy, right? But even more, actually, everybody that influences the decision makers, the family, colleagues, people that studied in another university with that person as well. And we call that the buying committee. So we had to target almost everyone. So we said, right, so we need to do a lot of brand awareness. That's why we started to think that brand awareness was so important rather than just the end of funnel to try to get the conversion. We know that when they go to market, our customers go to market, they already have a list of an average of 3 brands in mind. And 92% of those, at the end, after all the research and everything, will actually purchase one of those brands. And before was people going to search, to Google, for instance, start to do the research there, start to see links and results, do the whole exploration. And we know that, a lot of searches happen more than 100,000 per second. 68% of the user journey starts there. And when, we always had for my clients paid search ads, because when they go to search, it's very intentional. They are already there. They are already with an interest. It's different than if they see an ad in Instagram, for instance, right? The problem is that today they expect answers. There's no more searches anymore. So we went from very complex B2B journeys with multiple stakeholders, as I mentioned, to longer sales cycle. You can imagine if you are a hospital and you need to purchase an ultrasound machine, it's going to take months of research, debate, discussion, speaking to sales reps from one vendor to another. It's going to take a long time. And also because these products usually can impact your business. Might be actually, millions of investment. It can actually means that you are going to have to fire a staff as well because you are bringing this new innovation to your company. So there are more risk, and people need to be certain that they want to take this risk. Finally, the B2B marketing, never been a linear process. It's always a lot of touch points. You need to see that in print, on the Financial Times, then you see that, and then you see the Instagram. There was a lot of interactions going on. And we wanted also to have human relationships with the vendors, with the sales team. However, always supported with data sheets. I remember when we ran campaigns for a lot of our clients, always the call to action was download this white paper or download this report, download this fact sheet. It's like, and I was thinking, who cares about all these tables and specifications? But actually they care. They are like, they need to know the inside outs. And if you are the financial director of a hospital, you want to know the financial information. If you are the radiologist, you want to know the technical information. So we went from all these B2B complex journeys to very easy answers from these agents, that ChatGPT, Copilot, Google AI. So, and the thing is that they don't click anymore. So we got the answer. It's perfect. If I am the CFO, I'm going to get the answer that I need for my finance decisions. Different than if I'm a radiologist, right? So 60% don't click to links anymore. We know the players: Google, OpenAI, Copilot. I really like Copilot. I think it has a lot of potential from Microsoft because they own, in addition to Bing, have LinkedIn. So for B2B, they have a lot of information also with Windows, with Microsoft Office, all the Office suite, right? But Google is still the key player, is the one that dominates, is the one that reacted very fast when ChatGPT came up and everybody started to use it. Google said, okay, we had the technology, we just need to launch it to market fast and well and try to improve it over time. And then we have Perplexity that has a very smart way of providing the answers and reasoning that, if you are working on B2B and is more technical, I really recommend as well this one. So this brings challenges to our brands. Means that our brand visibility is going to suffer. We go to Search Console. We don't see our rankings anymore about how well we are doing. We invested so much in the SEO team. We are not appearing anymore. We don't see the clicks, the traffic to our website from Google Analytics, from Adobe Analytics. We are not seeing the traffic, the journey in our websites. We had a whole team also measuring that. Where's that going? At Solutions, we knew a portfolio of tools and vendors that we could use if we want to advertise. But now, I don't see ads when I see the results from ChatGPT. Is that going to change? And finally, AI applications. Every vendor that comes to me is saying, oh yeah, but Salesforce, no, but we have all this AI development now. Every single tool, small or big, is going to do AI. Probably you on your own brands, you are going to say, we work for WPP, and WPP is now changing everything, focused the core on AI as well. So everybody's trying to win this race. So how do we win in this AI era? And who I am first. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Bernat. I am the WPP B2B Global Managing Partner. I work with clients like GE Healthcare. That's why I was explaining about an ultrasound portable machine, because I could have chosen an easier example. TikTok for business as well. I'm trying to attract advertisers, SMBs, to invest in TikTok ads. And I'm currently a global client lead for Amazon. But you might say, yeah, but we are entrepreneurs, we are SMBs. This sounds, yes, big agency, big brands. But I also had a lot of experience working with entrepreneurs and SMBs. I'm an author. I published 2 books. One that was about how a company can develop a website in WordPress, rank it organically, do paid and all that. Don't buy it, it's 10 years old. So totally outdated. But yeah, that's my effort to try to support entrepreneurs and business owners. So what I'm going to talk here about 3 actions that you can win on this AI era. Number 1, become an AI authority. So how do you do that? Very similar. If you have knowledge about SEO, you are already a step ahead. It's very important that you think about reputation. Who is talking about you? Who is linking to your website? Who is the Instagram or the influencer talking about you? Then you need to start to maybe rethink about your content strategy. In the same way that you had like titles and you had the structure, headings, and all of that you learned on SEO, you can apply that here as well. However, start to think about the agents that will write that. Is your content now offering the right answer for a finance director in a hospital, just to keep with the comparison? or it was purely technological information? So think about your content and start to reframe it as well. The audiences. Now we need to serve all this buying committee. We need to write content for all this buying committee. And we need to think about their journey as well. So what happens if someone from a head of oncology now ends on our product page? It needs to have all the information there, very clearly for that specific purpose. Social credibility, so we know there are a lot of people creating content, user-generated content in YouTube, in Instagram, in Reddit, and so on. So make sure that the conversations are there happening, and try that your brand owns those conversations. Don't just react. Obviously, reviews in Google or any other platform depends on your brand. And finally, measurement as well. Maybe you don't go to Google Analytics anymore now because you don't trust that data, but still, the end of the funnel is profit and business revenue, right? So now there are going to be less competitors in this AI world. If you get there on the answers constantly, your revenue, your pipeline is just going to go up, and you are going to take a lot of the cake. So there's a big opportunity that you can take from. And also think about, okay, so how I'm going to measure that? A tip would be, so in every single new piece of content that you write on your website, maybe try to have dedicated contact forms or dedicated call to actions, and start to track that, because maybe you will get visits and traffic, but you need to know if that's working or not. And we'll talk a little bit more about the strategy. Because now the visibility in the search engines, Google AI in this example, don't have links anymore, right? And it helps technical questions as well as awareness questions. So how we can do a framework that help us build or reorganize our content structure? First of all, let's audit let's go there and search for our brand. Let's audit how we appear. Let's be brave and do a reality check. You can ask questions like, first of all, where in the customer journey of my brand makes the greatest impact? Where really I want to be? Do I want to appear when people search for something generic, like a lot of solutions, a lot of products, comparing things? Do I want to appear there? Maybe yes. Or I want to appear on the very specific question that will make a conversion. How do I appear versus competitors? So choose a couple of competitors and start to check for your brand in ChatGPT or Google AI, and also check your competitors and start to see the differences. Which are the sources of information that Gen AI is pulling the data from? Can you influence those sources? Or what's my visibility locally versus globally? Maybe I'm just selling here in Slovakia, maybe in Bratislava, I'm a coffee shop here, but actually maybe I deliver worldwide. So what happens if I search for a restaurant in London? If I'm a restaurant chain and I have one in London, I want to appear as well. Let's see how is that evolving. Once you have that view, I'm sure you will start to identify gaps and opportunities. You will see that you have, you appear in some areas, you didn't appear in some others, and you will start to really think about where you can make an impact there. But the most important one of all this framework is the action. If you do all this research, because all of us are curious, we are going to go and explore our results. But if you don't take action of your plan, you are not going to make any improvement. You are not going to close the gap. So try to follow this progress. Try to accelerate. Do an A/B testing plan. For instance, you can create a page that is going to be about that content, and then you are going to not touch another one, and see if the results in ChatGPT or Google AI or others start to share different things versus the past. Let's see if you start to educate the agents slowly. Number two, advertising is going to still be something that is helpful. It will evolve, and we'll see how that evolves now. But agents also want to get paid. And we know that ChatGPT came up, everybody, or not everybody, a lot of people is using it for free and get the output from it. Google AI is giving you all the results, and you don't see ads, or not too many so far, but it's just a matter of time. And here we are going to explore a couple of different formats that are already coming up. If you work on advertising and you work with Google Ads, you might be familiar with Performance Max that just came like some months, years ago. And also here are two formats that I really like. From Perplexity, you have related questions. So you see, maybe you don't see, but underneath there is a Nike ad. that appears as a related question, or you can see one that is kind of similar as the Chinese search engine Baidu, which is just to take over, right? So if you search for something, you will have what should I look for? Basketball shoes, and you get the first thing that you get there is a very nice Nike video. And probably they are still trying, they are still A/B testing, so there is room for there. But there are a few things that are for sure already happening. The first one is we go from manual to automated. If you manage to do some Google Ads campaign, probably you remember how many keywords you had to do a research for. You need to keep expanding, to keep optimizing the bidding, and you had plenty of campaigns, depends on the goals, you had to be more accurate and more accurate. Google is like, don't bother, just give me something, give me a couple of keywords to give me an idea, and I'll do an outstanding campaign, because we have our enabler, that is the AI, right, the artificial intelligence. They do all the smart bidding. They are going to rotate ads. They are going to do all the combinations possible. And basically, you need 1-2 campaigns in Google Ads to have a very strong presence almost everywhere. Why everywhere? Because we went from single formats to multiple formats. So, as I mentioned, you create a lot of campaigns and you are in Google search. Okay, great. You need to build campaigns for YouTube. All right. Now for Google, for Gmail, for Google Discovery also, all right, so many things. Now with Performance Max, you give titles, you give the URL, you give a video, you give a couple of images that you can even create with AI with Google, and suddenly you are in the whole ecosystem. Then it will happen, and every time more, is answers around, ads around the answers, sorry. These are a bit more B2C related, so you can see like shopping, if you search for B2C products, you will start to see sponsored ads when you see the results. Here you have a compare and decide ad from Copilot, from Microsoft as well, for the Bing. So that will keep evolving. You will see more and more ads. I know, just to prepare for this presentation, I just searched this morning how appeared here, and that depends on my laptop, my settings and everything. But I could see that Google offered me, like, you remember originally they had the green box saying, these are ads, and no one was clicking. Then they changed the background. It's white, everything is white, the background. And suddenly now it's just like a title that says promoted, and you see just the links, and you don't even know. And that's obviously, it's always been the intention. It's still not there because there are a lot of brand safety issues. If you are a big brand or a small brand, you don't want to appear depending on where or for what. So here there are 2 funny examples about how many rocks I should eat per day, and Google recommends 1. And here is, can I use gasoline in my recipe? And here Google says, yeah, just be careful, it's a bit flammable. But yeah, sure, go ahead. So we need to be a little bit careful still on that. But to be honest, I really trust these ecosystems because they have a lot of information from us. You can imagine Meta in WhatsApp. I'm sure you are familiar and joking with your friends. It's like, I just sent a WhatsApp about a Rolex, and suddenly I just see Rolex appearing on my Instagram, right? They have a lot of information. As I mentioned, Microsoft as well, LinkedIn, they know where you work, they know your seniority, they know your contacts, your network. It's so powerful for B2B. And of course, Google or any other social media as well. So I spoke a lot about AI, about trying to get ranked or appear on the answers for the search engines. I said that advertising as well is going to work. So I'm basically telling you to trust a lot AI. But the number 3 is, don't forget to be a human company. Be a human company for the rest of the humans. Because who likes to speak to a chatbot? No one, right? So show the team behind the brand. I really like an example. So you want to really understand what I mean, go to LinkedIn, search for Workday, go to posts, and start to see the examples. They were the other day on a conference, and they were like the employees recording themselves like humans, right? This is the co-president of Workday as well, and just talking like an old guy, just talking there, very very personal. And if you can, use videos as well. They have 10% more attention than other formats, and the engagement, the completion rate of short videos is much higher, almost 7 times higher than longer ones. So try to just like do short videos, human people there, and show that you are approachable. Second, about becoming a human company is have a human ready to speak to a human. Because again, as I mentioned, no one wants to speak to a chatbot. And, and I would say that no one wants a salesman or saleswoman to talk to me if I didn't ask for that product neither. We don't like sales teams that bother us. It's just when we are ready to go. And when we are ready to go is when you need to have someone that picks up the phone of your company and talks. And if you can make it very personalized, if you can say, hey, Daniel, how are you? How are you today? How is the last machine that I sold? Is it going well? Yeah, okay, I have these new things. All of that is what we call the new personalization. Before, personalization is like all these tech tools that if you go to a website says, hey, WPP, welcome back, and that was all. Or, hey, Bernat, if they knew my name, if I filled the form correctly. But we want to make sure that they feel that there are humans behind. And number 3, adopt AI over time. There are like so many things, so many tools, and this is like 2024, right? So imagine today, it would make the same impact. It's like there are so many things. You cannot try them all. There was another presentation as well about how fast or slow you need to adopt to AI. I would recommend that you only use AI as if that helps you to optimize, to reduce, to be more efficient, but not just try to replace everything in your ecosystem, in your brand with AI. Just go slowly. And yeah, when I was preparing this presentation, I thought, this could be my last presentation as a human, right? It could be my last conference, so I'm going to enjoy it because we now have teams and probably marketers. I'm a marketer, so probably also like my career, it will evolve. But also the plumbers, also every career, every business is going to evolve, right? Because we invented the inventor. So it's early days, and there are like people that says in 2027 we will be all like robots and cyber people. But yeah, just enjoy and just try to make a human company. So 3 takeaways: become an authority for AI agents. Start to develop content for them. Think about how they go and get the data, see the sources. Number 2, they want to get paid as well. There will be advertising solutions, so try to also make sure that you jump to that first. Don't wait until you see ads everywhere. Start to go to Google Ads. Start to speak to a marketing agency. And finally, become a human company. Be approachable, and show the brand and the humans that are behind. So a company needs to be human-centric. Try to balance automation with human connection. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I like more you in a personal appearance than the avatar, let's say. I got a couple of questions. You said you have this bestseller, visibility online, and you told me, and you also said like don't buy it anymore.
Yeah, let me take the trick. So yes, both books got bestseller in Spain for categories like...
In Spain, okay.
In Spain, categories very generic, like the internet, right? So I got number 1 there, but obviously I work in marketing. I know how to optimize things. I know how to play with the SEO there, but yeah. It's
so it was your, like a little startup, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the biggest game changer? Why you say don't buy it anymore?
Because, I mean, I said earlier, right? I checked this morning how the results appear in Google because it were different yesterday or different from Spain. So I couldn't come here. These screenshots that I show you are from Slovakia because it could be different. It could be I could have been prepared a presentation that was different, looked different in my search engines in Spain, etc. So yeah, it changes very fast.
Yeah,
every day.
I see.
They are testing a lot, right? They are in testing phase.
You were talking about the kind of complicated stuff, but let's start with the SEO, search engine optimization. Maybe people know how to use it. So it was like maybe here for 20 years. The Google was ruling, so we all just wanted to be like in the top results. What changed with AI?
So not a lot. I would say that what changes is that there are not going to be rankings anymore. They're going to just win one. There's going to be one winner, and we want to be that winner.
Okay.
So it's a matter of, obviously, before we were playing with questions, it's like latest innovations in radiology, and you were bidding on those keywords, you were trying to optimize for that content, but now the questions are much longer, much more complex. It's like, from which companies I can buy the latest innovation of radiology, knowing that I work on oncology in London, and that is gonna just give you again one answer.
Okay, but
you want to be
we are still talking about the Googling, let's say, but I'm talking about the changing that I don't ask Google, I ask, let's say, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Or other.
Yeah, no, what I meant Google means like Google AI.
Yeah,
or ChatGPT,
okay.
The agents, yeah.
Are there any like kind of different algorithms behind? So you have to like use different tactics to get to the number one?
Yeah, no different tactics. It's just like thinking about how they are gonna still bring all the information from the internet. Before you were thinking that, well, if my website has the right content, that's gonna be enough.
Yeah, just the keywords, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you need to think about the whole ecosystem. It's like whatever an influencer says in TikTok is going to impact the AI agents.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, you work for US brands as well as European, right? So
Yeah.
you know the both markets, like what's the difference in the adaptation of this?
So I would say that obviously if you work on a local company, if your customers are local, all your content needs to be localized, needs to feel very localized. There are maybe here in Bratislava a radio station that is very popular, that is not in the other side of the country. So you need to make sure that if you are here, you have a very local business in Bratislava. You need to understand the media consumption, what resonates better with your decision makers, and be advertising in the right places.
Yeah, I mean, like from the global point of view, we compare the markets. Like, what's the difference between US, maybe in the US adaptation of all these AI and new technologies, and the European? Are there any differences? Like, you can say, like, okay, in US is now, in Europe it will be like in 2 years, let's say.
Yeah,
we still got 24 months to live, so.
Yeah, no, totally. There is going to be a rollout of technology. Obviously, everything starts in the US and they keep rolling out here. That's why I compare the results from Spain or London to Slovakia just to see if there were any differences. Because, as I said, like Google, don't just roll out everything. They keep testing.
Okay.
So it's progressively.
I see. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Dámy a páni, Bernat Riera.
Thank you. Thanks.
No a my zostaneme v téme moderný marketing a